Hello, it's another Thursday. You know what that means, Twitch. Or it's another whatever day you're watching this. You know what that means, YouTube. It's time for a Dead by Daylight video. And what do you think of when you hear Dead by Daylight? Maybe meat hooks dripping blood, or generators, or maybe like the scary dark with who knows what lurking in it. But you know what I think of when I hear Dead by Daylight? Tropical loving on the beach. That's right. It's Hooked on You, the Dead by Daylight dating sim that's finally out. Now, I know some of you have heard of this and are probably just as excited as I am to be finally see what the hell this is all about. For those of you who have not heard of this before, I'm guessing I know what your reaction is. The first one was Dead by Daylight dating sim. Ha, that's funny. And then, wait, what? You're serious? That's actually a real thing that's happening? Yes. And you don't have to wait, it's out now. Yeah, so the basics that I know that I will tell you for those who have not heard anything about this, as you can see over that away, our lovely eye candy that's been flashing around. There are 4 killers, or in this case, potential dates, all original designs from Dead by Daylight. So for the males, we have the Trapper and the Wraith. For the females, we have the Huntress and the Spirit. Yeah. Those 4 killers are your potential dates, and tropical island theme. You know as much as I do now. So, how about we just jump right in to learn more? Now, I don't know if this is gonna just be like, you know, one stream worth of stuff where, you know, it's just like, what the hell is this? That, you know, will keep us entertained for one stream, a couple YouTube videos, or if it's gonna be worth, you know, playing again, see different paths, different options. Your guess is as good as mine. What shall we call you? You can call me Silver. Also, while it was loading and I was, you know, waiting for stuff to... The Dead by Daylight theme. Wow, my face is blue with this screen in my face. This like tropical theme, it's actually really good. The music is... It's a banger. They did a good job with it. Ugh. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. Okay, this is sounding very similar to what happens to survivors in the actual Dead by Daylight. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Well, that's what all that salt water will do to you. Oh, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute. Or can I go on? I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity. Catch me treat. Whoa, 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 not now, ocean. Sorry. May I continue? Yeah, please go on. Okay, then, as I was. Sorry. As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Ah! That is a pretty grotesque discovery, you're not lying. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. I did the coughing on stream. I think I'll skip that part, though. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Run, close your eyes, or dig up that face? Well, run presumably like gets us to other people, other abomination-powered killers that we're gonna be trying to smoochy, but close your eyes seems the most boring. We could dig up the decomposing face. I don't know that I need to see it anymore, but that seems like, you know, the most interesting option. Hi. No, hey. I'll just take that. You don't need it. There is no body, just this head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of this poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. So I guess the ocean is... let's get a different picture while I think on this. I assume then the ocean is the entity in this game. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. Oh, believe me, I've been confused since you put the words Dead by Daylight and dating sim in the same sentence. This is all, like, actually, this has gone exactly as I expected. I had no expectations, and it's already gone as expected, so I'm not confused at all, actually. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose, and so you deposit it. Woo! Well, that's a nice coin you've got there. What if you were to spend it right now? No, I'm good. Look, I'm gonna level with you here. That coin you found, it's mine. I dropped it yesterday. I've been looking all over for it. You drop your coin into a dead person's mouth. Can you give it back? Fine. Like, I want to keep it and use it later, but let's not make the narrator mad before, you know, we even get into the rest of the game. You hand the coin over to the narrator, I mean me. It makes sense, trust me. In exchange, you'll receive the answer to one of the following questions. Where am I? How did I get here? Can I have my gold coin back? That would be funniest, but you know, let's, how did I get, like, we know where we are. We're in a weird purgatory on an island, even if our character doesn't know that. How did we get? Have you heard of the Bermuda Triangle? Well, next time, fly around it, silly. Ah, okay. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Is it another severed head? No, it's a volleyball with a bloody handprint. New killer for DBD confirmed. It's Wilson. When you look, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand next to you. You stare down frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please. You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. Well, I already saw her on the loading screen and in the promo pictures. I've seen them all, actually, so... But, you know. Look at those sparkles. Shing, shing, shing. The Huntress. The Wraith. The Spirit. And... the Trapper. I hope you're hungry, ladies and gentlemen, because have I got some beefcake and cheesecake for you. 4 gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. We're still at the start of the game here. Oh, also, this is a T game. The stream's gonna stay mature because you can't have Dead by Daylight and dating sim in the same sentence without saying what the fuck afterwards. So my language is still gonna be mature. The game itself is rated T for teen. You don't need to worry. It's the only penetrating they're doing is via my eyes. Granted, they're also murderers, so they might take a knife and do that literally. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's kind of the energy they put out there. I mean, yeah, well, He does. Bloody hands. And, I mean, she doesn't necessarily put out killer, but, like, her arm, you know, is sliced off, her leg sliced off, she's covered in broken glass. I don't know if Huntress and Wraith really put out killer energy, though. Like, if he was holding, you know, the skull and spine, sure. Or she had one of her hatchets, but... right now, they're just killer looking. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you're completely paralyzed. Oh man, I'm gonna need to do voices. I mean, I don't need to, but what's the fun if I don't? Fortunately, I was already using, like, I guess I'd do the narrator voice for him, so I'll do some... Hello. There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at this monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? Say nothing, do nothing. Just be like, nope, bye, I'm out. End of stream, goodbye. I'd do a fake out, like stop the stream, but that would actually take a pain in the ass to get going again, so. Toss it back. It's a volleyball. You don't kick a volleyball. Come on, we're not uncouth. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. I apologize that I just need voices and she's Russian, so. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but, you know, that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? Ugh. Alright, so she's gonna be the Yandere. I don't speak Japanese. I don't know how to pronounce it. But, like, the thing that means, like, cold hot. The person who's like, ugh, I don't need you. And then, but they secretly like you type of thing. Makes sense. Like, otherwise, if you followed her, like, lore, she'd just be a ball of pure rage. So, that'd make... Hey, you want to go on a date? Blah! They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared. You were made for this. Oh, jeez. The spooky ocean voice says not to be scared. I'm sure it's all gonna work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. I mean, what else are you gonna, like, it is a nice view, but are you literally just gonna stand here for eternity? Like, it's a nice view, but it's not that nice. Okay, it is pretty damn nice. But, like, come on, you get... Oh, you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Hey, you derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. Ah, I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Not blood, it's tomato juice that he got by ripping it out of a guy who had eaten a tomato. I mean, what? Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? I mean, they're here to do more than distract from my total domination. That was Wraith. The sigh means he was done with the game, too. Well, either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh, yeah, not yet. Hey, you might want to, you know, say something. You know what? Actually, never mind. There's plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. Okay. So I guess it's just like gut reaction. You don't get to like think about like, okay, this option probably goes for them. This one goes for... You just gotta go for it. All right. This is a timed quiz, and it will be very important later. Very important. Or it might not be important in any way whatsoever. It's probably that one. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm just a narrator. How attractive would you say you are? I'm average. No, I'm not... I mean, I'm not Wraith over here, but... This beard puts me above... You know, I'm not the lowest common denominator, alright? I'm just saying. Just another face in the crowd, another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think they're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. Well, there goes the Russian accent. You know what? She's just gonna be that. I will use whatever accent comes to mind, and she's gonna... If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Oh, I need to go fast. That's probably most useful. My visibility? Same. Although sometimes I think I already am. Aw, don't worry, guy. I play you as killer sometimes. For those who don't know DBD, he can go invisible. Actually, so can the spear. What was your best subject in school? I guess history. It was not well, okay, as a young kid, math, actually, I was pretty damn good at it up until about 7th grade, and then we had a falling out, math and I. I was a total nerd, though. I was not a skipping class type of person, so history, I guess. I would have said, like, English or something, music, but... Nice. It's important to know what came before so that we're not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. Also, so speaking of history, so here's the thing. I was gonna like give a little bit of lore about all these killers for people who've not done DBD before, and then I was like, it's not gonna be important. I'll just, you know, because like every way I said it in my head ended with like, well, but that's just in case you need to know. But you know, they'll probably be their own characters for this game, and so that I'll just mention stuff as it comes up. Well, you know, for history, her great whatever is another killer in the game, so. History of murder runs in her bloodline. What's your favorite animal? Cat. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cat, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. I'm what? 18 minutes in, and this game is already better than I was. Like, I really didn't know what to expect, but like I had expectations. Like they're clearly, even like before the game started, they're not taking themselves seriously, which is one reason why I was so excited for this, because like it's funny as a concept, and they know, the developers know it's funny as a concept, and they're, you know, gonna, and like just from the promotional material and stuff, like that was clear, so that's why I was excited. But they're doing an even better job than I expected. So what's your favorite color? Blue, I guess. It'd be green, but that wasn't an option. Blue isn't good for productivity, makes people want to be lazy. Shit, there's some, he ran the estate with his dad. He had some daddy issues. They ruled with an iron fist. So. What's your dream job? Not working at all. Yeah. Throw up too much. Too noisy, so. If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. Damn millennials. Best flavor of ice cream. Horse flesh. Vanilla. My favorite is pain. What's that taste like? Same. Same here. Mine is vanilla. Swirled with pain. Well, I think bin chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself. But enough about ice cream. Am I right? Okay, so if the ocean is the entity, and like clearly the narrator was not one of them talking to you earlier, is the narrator supposed to be like the observer or Vigo or I don't know. Just like the same, I think it's Vigo, like the guy that you can find journal entries from or whoever, but maybe that's someone else, the name. I don't remember. Not important. What is important is, hold on a second, this reminds me, I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons. Oh no, that's for the Wraith. Oh. We're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Again, I'm going with the don't make the narrator mad at the start option. It's mint chip. It is just so good. Like, I don't actually mind it. It's not my favorite. I mean, no, it's my favorite. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. It does already make me want to do another playthrough, just to pick. I like horse flesh. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. Or what was his voice? Like, I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big, dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's just not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate. You know? Yeah, like your dad. What? Based on personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. All right, I mean, like, you know, damn the man, and that, you know, so far so good. Oh, jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. She was. That's the... Well, she was murdered by her dad. Oh, no, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Fun fact, I guess, you know, since we're doing... her dad was actually going to be the next killer that the entity pulled into its realm, and filled him with so much despair that he ended up murdering his wife brutally and, you know, chopped her arm off, cut her abdomen open, all, you know, just nasty piece of work, that guy. And either way, she was so pissed off at her dad. Like, she attacked him with her, like, holding her guts in, which didn't work. They just punched her in the gut wound and threw her through a glass pane. Oops. But yeah, and she was so mad. She's like, I'm gonna get my revenge on this dude, even if it's gonna be in the next life. And the entity's like, you know, a killer full of despair at everything is great, but you know who's even better? A killer full of blinding rage. I'm taking her instead. So there's your fun fact about murder in the family. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, you know, positive outlook. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. I don't. Ugh, grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Ugh, whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ugh, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Okay, that was funny. Don't speak for me, I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they will do this all day. And day is an eternity here, so... Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat dock nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. I am giving all their backstory, but now I'm giving it a more appropriate spot. Yeah, he murdered a lot of people without knowing it. He worked at a junkyard. He knew his boss was into some hinky shit, but he was just kind of like, I'll run the car crusher, you do whatever, I don't care, you know, like, you don't bother me, I don't bother you. Except it turns out the hinky shit included, he was unwittingly crushing live people in the cars he was crushing and killing them to get rid of bodies. So the only person I know that he killed of his own free will, he killed his boss. And then took his skull and spine, but who's counting? So, okay, yeah, they're kind of following their, like, they're definitely, you know, have more to them, but they are following their lore somewhat. What about hanging out by the pool? I find water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out right here. The spirit has the hiccups, what? I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Yes? I mean, I want to see all these things. I guess for the first playthrough, we've been impressing Spirit and the most, I feel, and Wraith to an extent. So I kind of feel like keep going in that direction, just like choose someone now to, you know, follow that path. You know, maybe it doesn't matter. Wait, no, not the yacht. That's not the one I wanted. Did it say what they were and I just didn't notice? I thought I was choosing the lounge. Anyways, you got taste and judgment. At least I hope you do. Guess we'll find out. Worst case, we'll find out how strong your bones are, how heavy you are to pick up and throw, and how fast your lifeless body sinks. Should be a pretty chill day regardless. Whoa, hi. Wait, there's survivors here too? For just one moment. The activity. Okay, that's funny. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic flourish. None of the others survived. Aww. Survived the interview process. That's what I meant. I'm gonna say of the four, like, I use Meg and Jake the most. There's four, like, the default survivors are Dwight, Meg, Claudette, and Jake. Aww. Bye, guys. Hence why we shall herefore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked. That wasn't the voice I was using for the narrator, but I think it was like, these two have worked here a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you could do is help us get off this island. Dwight! Yeah, pardon me. Follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes, something I can help you with. Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Because, like, is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape them? Oh, no. No. I think you're mistaken. I mean, it really did seem like Dwight was asking for help to get off the island, though. Oh, right, that. Yes, that's true, he was. But he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway a couple miles south of here. It has much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out, very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity on this island. Your decisions matter, mostly, when I agree with them. Not like that other island, though. So what'll it be? Okay, I do get to... Alright, so that's the yacht. That must be the lounge. So that's the... Ooh. That's the beach volleyball game. Well, here, we'll pick this. This, for sure, will be either Wraith or Spirit. And we seem to be, you know, getting along with them the best so far, so... Alright. Final. Freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. That actually is kind of funny to think of. Like, I did not even think about them playing volleyball. That is pretty amusing. She looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone. Ugh, I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining, and when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on this island. But it turns out I'm not the first to toss those kinds of threats around on this island. So thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening to end each other again? Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please just make it quick. This is what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams. Yeah. Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Oh, yeah, right. Right, what do you be having? Vodka soda, sangria, scotch on the rocks, or virgin daiquiri? No whiskey sour? Come on. In that case, I don't actually really like sangria that much because I'm not a big wine person, but you know, give me something like, give me a sugary, fruity drink. We're on a tropical island. Like, if I can't have like a Mai Tai or something, then sangria. Yeah, dig it? Something fruity but refreshing. Hold the coconut rum. Sangria, maybe? My pleasure. That sounds nice. We used to make drinks like that back home. Well, not we, exactly. I watched someone drink a drink like that once. They looked happy. Now's your chance to be the one with the drink. What do you say? this some sort of juice for a child? Are there children hiding about? No, it's for adults, the kind who like, you know, tropical fun. Oh, I see. Huntress really seemed to perk up at the idea of kids being around and is bummed. I was just... All right, let me finish this reading. Huntress really seemed to perk up at the idea of kids being around and is bummed to hear there aren't any, but I'm quite glad it's just grown-ups on this island, personally. Little ones should definitely not be exposed to this. You heard it here from the narrator themselves, folks. You have your little ones watching this stream. Little ones should not be exposed to this. Okay, I'm gonna go over a very quick overview of all the killers. Because yes, they are all like bringing the traits in that I thought like, okay, this is maybe gonna play a role. Trapper. Idolized his dad. They ran their estate with an iron fist. Dad started going crazy or whatever. He's trying to keep a hold on things. And as I say, no one could prove that he led the hundreds of miners into the mountain and then detonated it on top of them. He also, though, was the one, to my knowledge, who actually refused to be a killer for the entity. Like, the entity pulled him into the realm and was like, you're gonna murder for me. And the entity was like, fuck off. And then the trapper was like, fuck off. And the entity is like, I have a better idea. I'm gonna torture you until you agree to do it. And the trapper is like, ow, that really hurts. I have an idea. I agree. And the entity's like, I thought so. I've kind of been over Wraith. Worked at a junkyard, was killing people without knowledge, until he found out, murdered his boss in the car crusher, stole his skull and spine, ran off. I kind of went over that. Huntress, who've not been over, which is why I'm bringing this up in the first place. Lived with her mom in the Russian wilderness during one very hard winter. They were out hunting a stag that was kind of really too aggressive and a little too much from what they should have been doing, but they were desperate for food. Stag gores her mom. She's left alone in the wilderness. She knows enough to survive, but she doesn't really have any like social or people interactions. You know, she goes from hunting, you know, deer, moving up to like a grizzly bear and wolves, up to the best hunt of all. Man, that's right, most dangerous game going on here. But besides that, she would often like kill people traveling by, or maybe it was like raid nearby towns, I don't remember. And she'd murder everyone except the little girls because she had like some part of her still remembered when she was a child with her mom. And so she wanted to have this like mother-daughter thing, except that she's kind of more like animal than person at this point. And so, all right, well, she's like, you know, the wilderness is a dangerous place. I can't have you running around out there. So she'd chain these girls to the wall where they would die of starvation, of exposure, of disease, and that would just send her more into the deep end. Gets another girl, repeats even more into the deep end. Yeah, Rin I've already been over. Her dad was gonna be the killer. Entity was building up his despair over time, gets him fired. Rin, the spirit, comes home, finds her mom all sliced up and mutilated. She starts getting sliced up. She attacks her dad, doesn't work, gets thrown through a glass panel as she's like crawling through the glass and hears him coming down the stairs. She's like, I'm gonna get my revenge on this guy, if not now, then later. And the entity's like, yep, you're mine instead. Forget this guy. Yeah. So she's the only one that didn't actually kill anyone as a person. So, okay. I went through the stuff that is like, I don't need to go through that. They're not gonna draw on that. And now here's the Huntress being like, oh, I wish there were kids here. That's what I get. For trying to be smart. Now I'm stupid. Anyways. Not my cup of tea, but okay, sure. We can still use it for a toast, yeah? To new adventures. To new friends. To, bling. Oh, did you just say clink? No. Since we've fulfilled your request, it's time for you to return the favor. Should know there was a catch. Icebreaker time. I swear, had I known they'd pull this kind of enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I ever set foot near this bar. You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks, but it could be fine. Or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? Alright, so... I mean, Trapper is doing his, like, I'm in charge, I'm the boss kind of deal. Spirits... You know, her... Like, she's angry. She's not as angry as she is as, you know, from her lore, but she's, you know, the, like... Yeah, moody, we'll go with. Huntress, I guess, is just kind of going like this. She doesn't fit in, like, you know, she's more animal than person, or at least, you know, part person, part animal. Like, not literally, but, you know, mentally. I'm trying to get a read on Wraith, though, because, like, I mean, his lore is kind of just like, you leave me alone, I leave you alone, and then, like, feeling betrayed, having been lied to. But this Wraith is kind of like lackadaisical, daydreaming. Anyway, I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm no nerd. Yes, you are. I don't remember if she's a nerd or not. She had a job at a cafe, that's all I remember. Methinks a certain someone doth protest too much. She goth protest too much? And the narrator is like, leave the jokes to me. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books. Novels, comics, fiction or non, reading is the only real escape from the inescapable horror of life, the escape into your own mind. Not a lot of readers here, I'd imagine, based on that response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking. You can do both. I mean, I don't have a book, but book in one hand, drink in the other. Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you. What's your desert island book? The one book you'd bring with you if you were, well, on an island like this. Oh, and it has to be classic horror for reasons that should be obvious. She means because this is an island of horror villains, and also those books are all in the public domain. That's funny. Like, yes, I knew. Because they're in the public domain and we're allowed to quote them. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gotten soft these past 100 years. What's your favorite? Like, obviously I know all these stories. Like, I've read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, like the original Frankenstein. I don't think I've actually read Dracula. I've seen a play version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Wonder if Wraith likes Dracula because he has a Dracula outfit in the game. I guess I'll go with Frankenstein just because that's the one I've actually read. And because, you know, there's like, it's not really horror. And you can argue, like, the scientist was the real monster, and you get everything. But I just said that's the one I have read. Game me as a dumbass. I didn't actually read it, but I've seen like 3 movie versions of Frankenstein. They've all been pretty good. You know, you can lie to make yourself look smarter. I thought that was hurting. You know, you can lie to make yourself look smarter. They're killers, not mind readers. Oh, that's a good one. Seeking knowledge, but finding only death? Yeah, I've been there. I can't say that my experiments have been as successful, but, well, fingers crossed. I don't know what that's about. Fire, don't even get me started. Experiments? Crap. Not again, I swear. Every excuse you give them. It's this talk about... Shut up. So, are they, like, sort of melding, the Blight's experimentation with Wraith in this? Did you just tell me to shut up? Sorry. Also, hi, how's it going? This game is like, it is both everything you would expect it and 1,000 times better. It's great. Take it from me, this one likes to think he's the scientist, but he's actually the monster. Can't I be a little bit of both? Like I said, I actually haven't read it, but that sounds smart enough that I'd be willing to believe it's the true meaning of the story. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to make up some new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in her half-mask-covered eye. Might I suggest something a little naughty? Let's all get in a circle and spin this bad boy. Whoa! Now, I did not know Trickster was in this. I knew the other four from, like, the promotional materials. I did not see anything about Trickster, so that caught me off guard. Like, I agree. Hello there. Oh, crap. Now I need to come up with another voice. What's like a pop star sort of voice? Whatever. Great idea. Trickster, isn't it a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. But I wasn't ready for this. Well, hello. And who is this new fan in the waiting? Beat it, Hack. What's the harm in inviting one more person to join the circle for our game? Oh, I can't stay. Okay, so you don't actually get tricked. That's funny. I was just saying it's a great idea while also teasing the secret Trickster ending. I've got much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. I hope there is a secret Trickster ending. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap. Spit, that is. But let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're here to have a good time, but in a classy way. All makeouts will happen out of view of the public eye, real romantically. Yes, romance is the go, so we'll all be waiting here in complete silence, trying to listen in and use our imaginations while you make out on the other side of the bar. But not watching. Like adults. Romantic, well-adjusted adults. You're up. You grip the bottle in your hand and put your fate in the hands of the empty bottle gods. Minigames consist of 2 parts. Okay, on the top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. On the bottom, a target you're gonna be pointing at. This here upcoming minigame's a special minigame, perfect for the less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. Also, since you're here and you missed it, so far, just in the introduction stuff, we've been mainly impressing Spirit and we've impressed Wraith. So I figure we're, at least for a first time through, we're gonna be aiming for a Spirit or Wraith playthrough. But we'll see what happens. I suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? Nope, I'm good. Also, I did say that I like vanilla ice cream and not horse flesh, so, you know, I might have to do another playthrough anyway. Spin the bottle, see who you're gonna smooch. Oh, good, they're both on the top half, too, so, like, if we do it... Oh, I have to click where it says stop. I'm a dumbass. All right, so it stops. You got Wraith. You two are meant to be. Psych, you actually have to spin multiple times to get your real result. First to get to 3 times is your true match. That's how we play hardcore spin the bottle. Now get your spin on. Okay, you got Spirit. You've got Trapper. I feel like I should at least try and get Huntress once so she doesn't murder me. Be like, oh, I'm sorry, I got everyone but you. I think so far, Everyone except Wraith has threatened to kill me at least once. Or threatened to kill someone. Trapper has threatened to kill me. Huntress said like she pulled out her giant hatchet, well, axe, and was like, we can't murder people yet. I'm not even trying them, I'm just clicking wherever. And Spirit threatened to kill all of them because she didn't want to play volleyball, but then as she learned that being a murderer who threatened to kill everyone is not out of the ordinary here. Oh no, not Trapper. Oh, it's going really fast. It can't even try and spin it, time it. Well, Trapper it is. I got the achievement, casual minigame. Ooh. Just this morning, you were waking up on a strange beach surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach towelette. Trapper, lust in his eyes, sweat glistening on his skin. Your heart races. You can feel your pulse pounding in your ears. He takes you by the hand. You sit face to face at a private section of the bar. He begins to reach for you, putting his hands on your shoulder. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way he is. You're sweating in like that gross way you'd sweat like at an interview for a job that you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross him out so completely he'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Trapper, we... Save it. It's not happening. Don't cry. I know how to get this close to a living god and then feel the sting of his rejection. Must hurt bad. But don't take it personally. Well, do, but use it to make yourself stronger. So I wonder if you, no matter who you pick, if it doesn't work or if it's only like whoever that you've been impressing so far with your initial answers. It's not because I don't want to, it's because you haven't earned it yet. You might later. For now, it can't be that easy. Sure, maybe with one of the others. They're weak, sad, lonely. Not me. I don't need this. It's mine to give or to withhold. I mean, all right, props at least for like, I mean, yeah, you got way too much confidence, but at least you're like, it's true. It is yours to give or withhold. That's true for everyone. Oh, you really dodged a bullet. This means you'll have a chance to present yourself in a bit more flattering of a light later. Assuming you survive. I'm not ashamed to tell... Okay, can we get to someone else doing this voice? Kind of hurts. I'm not ashamed to tell you I think you're cute. I would make out with you so hard your heart would cave in if I wanted to. And I do, but I still won't. Tell anyone I told you this and you die, they die, and then I have all of you revived and I kill you again. If anyone asks, I was the best you ever had, which I might just be another time. I hate to break up such a passionate moment that we can only assume was passionate because we'd never spy on you constantly while you stay on the island. But dinner is being served right away and we must insist that you join us. We wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation when there's so many more interesting things to die from. Huh, seems like the next activity is mealtime? Well, that's quaint. You're expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What, were you expecting some kind of grand hall and a huge banquet table? Then some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Ugh. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And oh great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Yeah, Trickster's here, surprised. Well, yeah, they don't call him Expected-ster. Sorry. Even I get nervous around crowds and killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. I mean... Hey there, you're looking good. Real good. We literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They cannot fit at the table if they sit side by side. Like, look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but no, it's not. This is intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. You got that? All right, so Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them sit opposite of you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous, sexy arms. All right, now that everyone's seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you enjoy. We really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts, and you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Here, you thought it was going to be one of those logic puzzles to figure out the seating range. I thought that too. And I'm guessing that's exactly what they wanted you to think. Okay, they can't sit next to it. He can't sit and he can't sit. And then they're just like, all right, they did the seating for you. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Probably not. It's going to be a person on that spit, right? Or like several parts of overlapping people. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down print, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. Oh, I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours, and we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Wow, he's right for a change, because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, clean. At least it's clean when the meat's cooked. No blood. Ugh. You two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough, grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is. Or I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop, please. I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azarov. Great, instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, I know, this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. But, I mean dinner. Oh, poor Felix. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole, they once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. Of course she still has her dismembered limb. She's the spirit. It doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetans. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated when it got cold. There's a machete, freshly sharpened. Yeah. Sometimes the target's visible, sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Oh. Press the space bar to stop it. Fail to land and you lose. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. So get a great skill check. I see how this works. I'm ready. Slice. Yep. Not bad. Okay, unlike real, like the DVD skill checks, you can let it spin around. Perfect. Okay, that counted, I guess. Hey! Great skill check on dismembering Felix. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what could happen with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Oh, I got an achievement. Trial run. Dinner's finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their mask and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. I mean, they are all dead, right? This is, like, obviously hell or something? I mean, like... Come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who have been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only, like, 99% as disgusting as it could have been if they just, like, tried to mash stuff through there. Now, for those who have not done DBD, okay, technically it is a hell, but it's not like they're not in hell. It's just they are in a different dimension run by an outer dimensional abomination that, you know, keeps reviving people just so they can be murdered, so it can eat their hopes and fears and dreams and discards their empty husks into the endless void. So it's definitely a hell, but it's not the hell. I'm not sure about this game, because they're kind of implying that it is the hell. But... Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it. Number two is no number two. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation as to why. What do you want to tell them? Whoa, whoa, look at that seagull! Have you ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. What were we talking about? Ugh, lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real meal, and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull? Uh-oh, he just made a lot of good points. I swear. You are beginning to feel lightheaded. The seagull waved at me. Might need to eat to survive here. Well, either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. I did have a sangria, though, so... Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey. It's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I will allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you are really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There are too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them, because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were. Am I right?
This place holds many secrets, even from itself, but the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth.
Vague, mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That is some quality early game storytelling.
Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like.
I don't know what you like. Like, I know what the killer's like, and I know what the narrator likes. He just likes being, like, agreeing that he is correct. Because he's like, no, you want to pick the ice cream I like. And so you're like, yep, that's the ice cream for me. And he's like, good job. Like, you listen to me, and you're like, I'll do that. And he's like, you got it. I don't know what the ocean likes. The ocean likes salt or seafood? Well, since I think this ocean might be a representation of the entity in one of its forms, maybe the salt of blood and the sea... maybe it likes seafood too. You wake up to find the trapper holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. It had me worried there, passing out like that. I thought maybe you died. That would have been terrible. Nobody dies on this island without me killing them, you hear that? Nobody. Thanks, I guess. Don't mention it. No, I mean that. Don't mention it. Someone might think I care for it. That can't happen. I've got a reputation to uphold. I think I'm starting to understand. Okay, so maybe he likes us more now since we got to spin the bottle with him. When you went down, it looked like you hit your head on the edge of the table. If it were me, the table would have been the one to crack open. Sure, it really hurt you, though. I figured a little ocean air might help wake you up, and I brought you down by the water. Oh, that's really thoughtful of you, dude. What? A magnificently muscular, wealthy, artistically gifted Adonis can't also be thoughtful? Don't answer. It's obvious. Adonis was a pussy. Puh. Killed by a boar. Pff, get out of here with that garbage. I do find myself in an unusual position, though. Despite the overwhelming probability that I'll eventually find myself standing over your lifeless corpse, I don't want you dead just yet, so I'm here to talk to you like a regular human person. And right now, I'm worried that I may be coming off a bit too forceful. I know my mere presence can be intimidating, but I don't want you to get the wrong impression about me or how I feel about you. So I'll just put it out there. I might possibly like you. I can't say that about everyone, or really anyone else on this island. You confess you didn't expect him to know who Adonis was? Yeah, that's true. To be fair, I also did say, like, earlier, I mean, he ran the estate with his dad, so, like, as a human before he was a killer. So, I don't know, he might have been well educated. He was just, you know, a hard ass who got worse as his dad got worse. There's something different about you. You aren't like the others. Henceforth, I think it's time I shared something with you that I haven't shared with anyone in a long time. A big part of who I am, and I think you're ready for it. Are you gonna tell me about your injuries? The thing I already told the viewers? Watch as Trapper reaches into his singlet and pulls out. No, it's not. It's not gonna be what I just said. Some sort of rolled up scroll of paper. He grips it firmly in his hand. It's one of my sketches. I don't know if you know this, but I love to draw. The arts have always been a passion of mine. Would you like to see it? Absolutely. I'd love to. I'm so excited you're ready to share this with me. Trapper does not unroll the paper and show it to you. He simply stares at you and watches your smile soften and fade. The longer he stares at you, the closer he seems to get. What an interesting response. Thanks. I hope. Trapper looks at you, a piercing look even through his mask. He smirks, but it's not clear why. Then he turns and leaves. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important we stick to the itinerary. Oh crap, I clicked too fast. Go back. Claudette said something. Woo. But playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. No, I wasn't. No time for excuses. Well, I mean, there is, but that is scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go. Also, I gotta say, I like that picture of them. It totally looks like Dwight's just about to smack Claudette's ass. I mean, which, you know, kind of par for the course with this game, but just saying. Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not gonna blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not gonna say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means, oh, that's Claudette, whatever, I mean, it's the same venue. That means we're behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share. How will we decide who? Ugh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no fuss. Voice trembling. Is your voice trembleizing? Water break. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule things work. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before. Even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule? Even once? Oh, damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. What? Fuss and muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. Oh, he just doesn't know who Dwight and Claudette are. I get it. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any name? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. I know their names. Evan, Philip, Anna, and Rin. Just saying. And Dwight and Claudette. He did, in fact, renounce his name. But we still got it. We still got to get started on story time. So, who do you think should go? Oh, okay. I actually have to say my name. I've been, you know, trying to make it more immersive and not just using my name. But now it actually matters. Silver, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Pick someone quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. Wraith said that he likes storytelling. We'll go with him. Wraith-a-chew, I choose you. It doesn't say that, in case you're just listening. It just says, I choose you, Wraith. That'd be pretty funny if it did, though. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Never mind. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? I'm not really one for scary stories. Life is scary enough as it is. You literally carry around a skull and a spine as your little prop. As other killers laugh, Wraith holds up his skull and gazes into its hollow, dark eye sockets. If you're looking for something Shakespearean in this story, look elsewhere. This is a tale of madness, of staring at the soul of death, and never returning. Okay, well, I didn't need to tell you all that stuff, but... Once upon a time, a young man worked at a junkyard. The man was quiet, kept to himself, just wanted to avoid trouble. While the boss dealt with clients, the young man operated the crusher, turning old cars into cubes of twisted metal. One day, right before crushing a car, he noticed something. So here it does, you know, whether I'll do a full stream or whatever, like, I kind of want to at least do playthroughs, even if I just do clips of stuff. What do the killers think about their own past? Anyways, he noticed something. Blood. Drip, drip, dripping from the trunk. He opened it and found a frightened stranger bound and gagged. The young man reeled. Was he about to accidentally murder the stranger? How could this have happened? He freed the stranger, who ran off into the waiting arms of the boss, the owner of the junkyard. Before his shaken employee could tell him about the mistake he had nearly made, the boss took out a knife and swiftly slit the stranger's throat. The young man fell to his knees, unable to comprehend what was happening. As he stared at the ground, too shocked to cry, the boss approached him. "What did you do?" he asked the boss. "I did your job for you." "What do you mean? That's not my job. My job is to crush the cars." The boss let out a miserable scoff, his face contorting in an evil disdain for the pathetic wretch in front of him. "Why do you think we're crushing these cars? To save space? Who do you think my clients are?" I don't know," mumbled the young man. "Yes, you do," screamed the boss. "Deep down, you've always known what was happening here. You just didn't want to admit it to yourself. Your hands aren't clean. My clients give me money and I take care of their problems, eliminate their witnesses, tie up their loose ends. Or actually, you do." "No," the young man whimpered as the boss towered above him. "Yes, you're nothing more than an executioner and you've reaped hundreds of souls." The young man's body shook with soft spasms as he tried to stop crying. It was when the boss started laughing that it happened. Something in the young man changed. He stood up, now taller than the boss. A faint glimmer of fear overtook the snarl on the older man's face. The young man's face was empty. Empty as he grabbed the boss's throat and dragged him to the car in the crusher. Empty as he picked up the boss and stuffed him inside. Empty as he slammed the trunk on him, its stupid fat head sticking out, begging for mercy. Empty as he started the machine, staring at the boss and its sniveling, crying, wet face. Empty as he grabbed the boss's head, dug his fingers in farther, piercing the skin. Empty as he squeezed and pulled. Empty as he heard bones popping and snapping. But when the boss's head, still attached to his spine, pulled cleanly out of the disgusting sack of a body, he smiled. Wraith stares back into the eye sockets of his skull. It doesn't matter how good you are, how innocent, how full of love you once were. When you look into the eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. An awkward silence falls upon the room until... I've already been a dumbass so far. That poor young man, I wonder what happened to him. You can't just say that. Yeah, we may never know. Well, wherever he is, I hope he's okay. I can't tell, but I think Wraith just smiled. Sorry, it's weird to see him do it. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves. You're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey, baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. Are you talking about sex, or are you talking about a way off this, like, hellhole? Who says they're different? You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. I think it was the first option. No. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Wraith approaches you. Hey, I'm probably not making a great impression, because I guess that's not really my thing. The way his bat bends, I think it's either Nerf or inflatable. Oh, he'll show you his bending bat, baby. That's the only comment I got. I just know that if you got to know me, then... I mean, look, the others aren't around. And I really hate the fire pit. I just kind of hate fire in general. Maybe we could go back to the pool? I don't remember anything in his lore about fire, but... And, like... I don't know, whatever, you know? A dip in the pool with the Wraith. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow him. An offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Oh, game me is a dumbass.